All right, so I'm going to go ahead and give you a life update first. So if you don't care, skip ahead a little bit. I haven't been making many videos because things with my own personal music's been going really well. I had a nice release at the end of November with Anitha and her label Mama Told Ya. So thanks for, I think at least one of y'all, maybe more. No, I think a few of y'all bought a record, so I really appreciate that. And if you haven't and you're curious, there's still some vinyl available. I'll put the link in the description to this video. And yeah, the record's been doing pretty well and getting some gigs and just focused on putting out more music. So yeah, I just had a student though ask me about this track, and so here we are. So I don't know when the next video is going to be, but we got this one. So that's nice. Now, we haven't done any Squarepusher before, and I don't actually listen to them that much, but here we are. And this time we're going to break it down together. So that's less editing for me, and also it might be better practice for you, depending on where you are, because I'm going to kind of show you how I go through doing this so you can do it on your own. I highly suggest doing this on your own, especially for tracks you really like that are very special to you, because I think it's just a great way to learn. And yeah, listening to me is, I guess, helpful for some of y'all, but maybe doing it on your own will be even more helpful. So, okay, so let's dive into it. I already got the tempo; it's 181, and so I'm just gonna start listening and see what I hear. Okay, so I think we have an 8-bar loop. I know that just by hearing the bass line. I'm gonna check that real quick. So I'm gonna check how the bass line sounds at the first bar here and then the first bar here. Yep, those are the same. Those are the same. I'm just gonna check. I guess we'll do all three. Why not? And I'm going to listen to the keys as well while I do this. Okay, so we have it sounds like the chords and the bass line are doing the same thing every 8 bars at this point. So now I'm just going to start creating MIDI tracks. I'm not going to map out the bass line. I might map out just a rough version. So, when I make these videos, I like to make a rough version so when y'all watch it, it's more visually appealing. But, so, yeah. Something like that. I will say it's kind of, I do like how this bass line has these little like do-do-do-do-do-do. It has I don't know, it's dancing around quite a bit. That's kind of cool. Yeah, this is what I mean when you break down tracks like this. Like now when I'm making another track, I might think of this bass line, the do-do-do-do-do, and I might just say like, hey, maybe I'll do my little spin on for example. So I'll do the same thing with the chords. And normally I would go back and make this look even prettier, because when y'all watch, I want it to look super pretty, but I'm just gonna keep going now. Okay, so all right, and so this is just going to repeat. And now, what do we hear from the drums? The most obvious thing to me is that ride that's happening, or crash, I guess, one of the two. It's just happening on every beat. Let's put crash. I think that's the is that the 909 crash? Is that what that is? Let's see. I think that's the 909 crash, right? Oh. We're gonna do this. Alright, let's see. What's the 909 ride? Oh, it's this, I think. Pitched up. Maybe it's not. How about that? Okay, whatever. Alright, so that's happening. I'm just gonna put red. Okay. So we got that happening on every beat. This tempo is 181, pretty quick. And now, what else do we got? I'm pretty sure that this is like also the 909 thing. I'm just gonna put percussion. Wait, what is, I feel so stupid. What is, here, let's just do this real fast. Okay, 909, what is, I haven't messed around with the 909 kit in a while. Where is that sound? Yeah, there it is. Okay, yeah, so that's the rim from a 909. Which makes me think this is from a 909. I'm pretty positive it's from a 909. I feel so stupid, but okay. This thing is probably also, okay. Okay, something like that. Okay. Okay, we've got some dancing hi-hats. 909 closed hat. Wait, am I that clueless? Is it? Okay, whatever. Okay, so this is the closed hat. Yep. It's dancing around. Okay. Was that this? Yeah, I think that was that. Okay. Okay, that's why it sounds a little different. So now we're getting this happening. Okay, so now we've got, I think, almost everything. I think there's a like little kick or something, like right at the beginning. While I do this, hopefully you're listening, also trying to kind of figure this out. I'm doing the kicks right now. be missing some kicks, but I just don't care that much. It is kind of cool though to see. I mean, here's the thing: even if there are more kicks in there, they're not super obvious, which is kind of neat because I feel like, at least so far in this track, we have kind of like a mysterious vibe. It's kind of dancing. Like to me, it's like someone like tap dancing or something. It's kind of quick. It's kind of bouncy. And this bass line's just bouncing all over the place. So yeah, it's kind of cool how you could do something like that without like having like such obvious kicks, like huge kicks everywhere. It's kind of more just like little punches, like a little pop, 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 pop. Okay, so let's keep going. I think that's everything, right? Let's take a listen. Is that everything? I think that's everything. Cool. All right, oh yeah, I forget. We've got a lot of stuff coming. Okay, so let's keep listening and see if anything changes. Okay, I feel like the drums are already changing, and I had a feeling this was gonna happen. All right, let's see. Let's listen here again. Yep. All right, so I'm not gonna map out every individual drum that's changing, but basically, hopefully you can tell, the first 8 bars, the drums are doing their thing. On the second 8 bars, you're getting a lot more hits with the drums, which kind of creates this sense of like moving forward in a way, or like just a little more tension in my opinion. So let's listen to the first 4 bars from this section and then from this section, and listen to those drums. Yeah. So that's kind of neat. I'm just gonna do this. This might not be a good coloring scheme long term, but let's see. So I'm gonna write more hits. And this is for the drums in general. So basically, that's an interesting move you could try and employ if you have an 8-bar loop. I actually sort of do have a similar mentality with some of my tracks. Not the exact same way, but it's cool you can have the same thing happening. So you have this 8-bar loop with the bass and the chords, then you can double that, and then you can just using the same drums you already have, change the pattern up, which helps create a nice like variation to things and helps keep the track interesting. So let's keep listening and see where we go from here. Okay, so now we're going to drop out the ride. And dropping out the ride does make a big difference. It really like clears up the space. Okay, so this is gonna just be like a look what I can do with a 909 sort of thing, I think. I don't say that in a bad way. Maybe I do. I'm a bit tired today. Let's see. It's cool. It's probably dumb to do every note. Let's see though. Well, here we go. Okay, we're also getting an offbeat, or the open, sorry, not the offbeat, we're getting an open 909, open 909 hats. hi-hat, right? Yeah. Okay, this is cool. So far we can see with each cycle we're keeping it interesting by just changing up the drums. It's kind of like a drum jam over a chord and bass progression so far. So let's keep going. Okay, so same thing. Hopefully you see it happening again. I'm not going to be super specific on mapping every hit out because I usually am talking more about like macro ideas, I guess. And I don't want to do that. So yeah, we're just, so we got red, we got yellow, we can have orange, or maybe we should go red, orange, yellow, green. I feel like that makes more sense in terms of, I'm trying to think of a stoplight, you know? Okay, so just the drums are variating, and that's what's really keeping this situation going. Okay, so I think he's bringing in, is that probably the amen break? Yeah, okay, so let's just say this is the break. All right, so the drums are just still getting crazy. This is actually simpler so far than I expected. I mean, it's simple in terms of breaking it down, but obviously, like, programming those drums probably took a little bit of time. Okay, so we basically have this, like, break coming in. Okay, that's how you do it. No, I'm kidding. I just mashed my keyboard. So, okay, so then, very cool, right? We start with some drums. They start to get some more hits. They start to get, like, more crazy. They're just dancing around, bringing a break. Now the break's going super crazy. So this is like a interesting way to cause a rise in tension. And now we're going to have a new section. Some guitar chords. Okay, I will clean this up real quick. Okay, so the bass line's staying the same, and now the drum break is kind of going back to a less bombastic form. Meanwhile, the drum machine's going nuts. Alright, I think we know what's gonna happen. We're probably this is probably gonna be that drum break just going to town and just getting sampled to death over this bass line and the guitar part. I'm not positive. I only listened to this song once or twice, kind of passively, so let's see. And if you're wondering how you would do this, I'm pretty sure a lot of these old school people would just use some. There's like videos on this. I think there's like sampler, like a specific sampler. A lot of these people like, but you can probably just, let's see. Okay, let's say you have like a sampler. You could probably just take bits of this. Oh, it's already fast. Notice this is usually at 90 beats per minute. But because we're at 181, we're already... So you could probably just take, yeah. And straight up, I don't think I've ever done this seriously. I don't think I've ever tried to do this. I don't know if you call this jungle or what. This breaking up of the break thing. So this might sound a little crude, but I'm pretty positive this is how you would do it. You can just take little chunks from the drum break, probably starting on hits. I mean, yeah, this totally has to be how you do it, I think. And then just like arrange. See how we have different clips? Yeah. Yeah, and you can just do like crazy little edits like this, right? Probably. Yep. All right. Yep. Okay, how's that? Maybe that's more appealing. You get the point. Like, obviously what I did just sounds super crude, but then you could even like pitch things up, probably, right? Can you do that? I don't know if you can do that in Impulse. But yeah. So you just start going to town on the drum break. Oh wait, when did the bass line change? Okay, bass line changes here. Okay, one moment. Okay, let me think about this part, because we have the bass line. I'm trying to see, it sounds like a new synth comes in as well. I'm trying to see if it's probably still the bass synth or a new synth. Oh, the chords are more... I didn't catch that. The chords changed here too. Okay, this is interesting. Okay, so yeah, like in some ways this track is, you know, pretty complicated, but it's also not, at least so far. Not in the sense of, so far we basically have an established like harmonic and bass component that repeat every 8 bars with drums, and the drums are just driving this thing. And so, for example, in this first part, the drums are just changing in variation in intensity, getting us to a point where we then break off and keep the bass line, change from the chords to the guitar, or from the like keys to the guitar. And so now we can do a similar thing again, because now we have like a new melodic palette in a way. And so now we could just start varying drums again, like we did before, and that'll keep things interesting, because, you know, if you just had this one loop forever, you'll eventually probably get bored, right? But now we've switched up the not the bass line, but the other harmonic component, and so now we're at this point, and we're doing that again by changing the bass line over here and just creating a new harmonic palette for our drums to dance on top of. I'm going to listen to this part again. So it sounds like these first two notes sound like... I think this is the same instrument, actually. I think it is. I think this is the same synth, if I had to guess. These do sound high. Was that the same ending of this? So cool, okay. Okay, I think the bass line might be changing again. I'm checking to see if this bass line's completely different than the other two right now. Okay, so now we have another bass line. Okay. So, okay, I'm going to say something else. I know I said in some ways it's complicated, but in some ways it's simple. Like, I'm sure for most people making bassline like this is not an easy task. So, that's what I mean. I mean more like some of the big ideas at play are simple, but obviously the execution of them is what separates the you know what I mean. Okay. Oh, that wasn't working. How about bass line's going crazy. I think that's the same chord progression coming back. Let's make sure. Okay, so the break is just going bananas. I'm gonna write that. It's going bananas. How's it going bananas? We already went over a little example earlier. You just gotta figure that one out. You gotta, I don't know, Google like jungle whatever. I don't know. I might even be saying the wrong words for this thing because I think it's cool. Don't get me wrong. Maybe if I was around at the time music like this was coming out, I would find this crazy, but I feel like so many times, maybe I shouldn't be complaining about this actually, the more I think about it, but I feel like so many times I hear people get the amen break and just beat it to death. And I don't know, sometimes I just don't care anymore. I don't care. I just don't care. Like, I think it's cool though. It can be really cool, and like, I mean, this song's been growing on me more, particularly, but and like that's the thing. Maybe comment below if you're into this, but I don't. You know what? How do you feel about this? Let me know in the comments. How do you feel about the break stuff? Do we need to keep doing it? I feel like the answer is probably yes. Actually, I don't know, because I used to not even want to use certain types of drums, like 808s and 909s, but now I do. So I'm wondering if I could flip on this whole break thing, because I've flipped on other things in the past. Whatever. That's what's happening though. It's just going bananas. And like that was, you know, there's some filtering happening there, it sounds like. So I don't know if y'all could tell, but it sounds like there's another synth coming in here. I'm just playing some chords in the background. I think these initial... I'm going to retitle these keys now to differentiate keys, because now these chords are playing while the keys are dancing. I liked that at the end. How the drums are just playing so quickly that they're stuttering. this song to me feels very much like a jam. It reminds me of like some, I don't know if it's specifically them. I went to a Fish concert years ago, but some sort of, I could just picture people, like this just seems like a very, it's cool how it's electronic, but yeah, it has this, to me it just reminds me of like bands jamming, but okay. Okay, so now we're gonna go back to like a 909 dominant pattern, and the ride's back. This could be a good time to find out where the kicks are, because earlier it was harder to hear. I'm actually not even sure this is the same pattern from earlier, but it sounds like this is what's happening now. Now I've got some toms. Something like that. Let's make sure the keys are the same. They might not be. They're not. Oh, they're not the same here either. They change here. Something like that. Let's hear the bass line. Oh, it's another new one. He's got a, someone please let me know if you are familiar, but yeah, this person has to be, I would guess, like really good at playing the piano or something, because this, I feel like it's take forever to like program bass lines. I mean, you could program bass lines like this for sure. Maybe they are actually, yeah, they probably are programmed to a degree. I'm not positive, but this just feels so much like someone just jamming. All right, let me get the new bass line. Okay. Don't even think about commenting, hey, this doesn't look anything like the original notes. Don't even think about it. I really like this key pattern. It's nice to have a simple drum beat now. Okay. What was happening here? Okay. The drums are changing quite a lot. Maybe we'll go into a little more detail in a second. I'm just trying to like kind of guess through to the end. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, it's nice just to have a... I like how simple it is now. Which is nice. That's kind of like a cool... I guess that is a cool part of going crazy with the jungle thing. Because then you can... Then when you come back to something like this, it's so relieving. Oh, wait. Oh, my bad. It should be like this. If you want this project file, you can email me, wilcox@alexme.com. I'm going to ask you to follow me on Instagram and SoundCloud. Or, sorry, Instagram at Alex Wilcox and SoundCloud and or Spotify. Preferably Spotify than SoundCloud, actually, but either's fine. And then I'll send it to you. Okay. Remember at the end of like 4 and 8 bar cycles or even 2 bar, it's like at the end of phrases you can drop drums out. That often is a cool thing. That's what happens here. Check this 8 bar. How many bars are we talking about? Here's 8 bars. Wait, where are we? What's going on? What's happening? Okay, we're here. Okay. Silly. I feel like right here it doesn't sound... I feel like the amen break is in there, but it also sounds like the 909's going crazy now. Was the 909 going crazy earlier? No. Okay, a little bit there, but not really. Not like this. Yeah, I feel like now the 909 is doing some business, right? That's what it sounds like to me. I didn't know you could do that, actually. I guess you can highlight the whole space and make 6 MIDI clips at once. But, yeah. So, okay, let's hear what's going on here. Something like that sound. Very easy. Take a sound. I do this all the time. Alright, you got your little kick. Then you take the kick, start taking slices of it. Then you get the slices to be smaller. Then you can go even smaller. Then you can pitch some of these up. Blah, blah, blah. So yeah, just do that to a drum break. You'll probably get a similar result. Okay, what's going on? Have we heard this bass line before? Yep. I'm giving these bass lines different colors because they're all their own thing. There's that explosion at the beginning. There's some like synth. Nice. I like how we end with the bass. All right. Now, hopefully, you know how to do. Oh wait. Huh. Okay, so hopefully you know how to do stuff like this. That's just, that's just like some feedback from a delay. So you can be like, yo. And now, okay, now we can put a delay on. Let's do the echo. Yo. Turn up the feedback. Yo. That one doesn't sound that cool. I think, I mean, I'm sure there's a good preset on there. I normally use the tape delay on here. So it's just a trick, get a delay and mess with the feedback. But okay, so let's take a bigger look at what just happened. So in a macro sense, this song to me see, this is how I normally do the breakdowns. I go through, I just map out everything, and on the way I'm kind of noticing stuff, and at the end I try and tie it up nicely. So again, we start off with a nice chord a nice key pattern, a nice bass line, 8 bars each. Then we got some 909 drums, and then to keep things interesting, the drums are going to be varying themselves, kind of getting more intense, more intense. Then we're going to eventually want to switch things up. So we're going to drop out the keys, go forward with the bass, and now the guitar. And it's funny because there could be many. I might start, assuming I make more of these videos, I might start changing some of my language. We don't have to drop the keys here and add the guitar here. There's other worlds where another song could have been made with this and then a whole different this, But for the sake of this one, eventually the keys drop out and the guitar comes in. This does help create a nice sense of change. And things start moving more aggressively. Looks like basically, I'm oversimplifying some things here, but you kind of have this here. Oh, come on. You kind of have these drums, then you kind of have the break. And variations of these drums and variations of the break are going to be happening at different times. Meanwhile, your melodic components are also going to be changing at times. And yeah, so after this whole build up here, where we have these 909 drums changing, then the break entering the game, then we drop out, have guitar, bass line. Yep, and it's still the same bass line from earlier. So now we can start a new dance with the drums because they're dancing on top of a new melodic component. And then the melodic component's going to shift again after only one cycle. Or after 2 cycles, sorry, because it looks like this is we've been talking about 8-bar loops, and now it got 16 for some reason. Bass line's going to change again. Guitar's part's going to have more guitar in it, so we're going to have this double chord now. Versus here we just have it once. See, now I have it twice. Bass line's changed. Now we're going to keep dancing, and now we're going to change the... wait, let's see what happens here. Okay, yep. Now we're going to get a new bass line. So basically, yeah, up until this point, we're just having the melodic parts changing, their patterns. I apologize for that sound. And then it's still happening here because now the bass line's changing again, but the original keys are back. I want to note too that, and this does make me think there maybe were some more kicks at the beginning, because listen to the low end here versus here. I feel like it's a lot lighter because the bass is spending a lot of time with higher notes, and then I don't really hear any kicks from the 909 happening. So that's interesting because that almost makes it sound like a breakdown. but nonetheless, we have a changing bass line, and so now we have new like melodic components here. Now we have somewhat of like approaching a climax. We're going to bring in these new synth chords. Bass line's changing again, so this is kind of where it's almost like a bass solo that's getting more dramatic by adding some keys. And then we're going to come out of that. Oh yeah, the keys also changed here, so now... Okay. Give me a second. Let me think of... I'm just going to start going through this and think if there's like a simpler way to put this song. Feel free to try and come up with your own analysis while I'm doing this. Okay, so I really do think the best way to think about this song is like a jam session, at least at this point. This might be a little frustrating if you're not used to like improvising, but maybe it's not. Maybe this still makes sense. But because here's the thing, like if I'm playing the guitar and someone's playing the bass, for example, we might have a groove established where, okay, there's a certain bass line that's being played that I'm going to start like soloing over. And then eventually the bass line might change, and then I'll change to go with it. Or I'll play the same thing even though the bass line changed. But since we have like a different combination, it maintains its interest. And so for example, I'm making chords up. Music theory people, like I'm probably fucking something up here, but basically I could be playing like a funk chord in G, and someone could be soloing on top of that, like some funk guitar or whatever. And then maybe I go from G to A, and maybe that person's parts of their solo still work, so they just keep repeating it, even though they already played it on top of the G. You know what? I actually don't feel that comfortable talking about music theory, because I don't really know that much. Okay, how about this? Sorry, because the point of these videos is usually to like break these down into like very simple things. But okay, here's how we're gonna do it. Now I'm remembering why I normally break this down before I make the video. Okay, but we're in this deep. If you're still watching at this point, I'm sure you're okay with this. Okay, so it's probably over an hour or so now. Okie doke. Alright, I'm just gonna start over. Bassline 1. Chord progression 1. 8-bar loop. It's repeating a few times. It's cool. Meanwhile, the drums are changing. So you have the keys in the bass line doing their thing. Drums are variating while it progresses. This keeps interest in this track. Then keys drop out, new melodic element, drums keep going crazy, we continue forward, and now not only are the drums the only thing that's changing, now the actual like guitar part is changing, and then the bass line's changing. And it's actually changing quite often, till we get to this part where the bass line has now almost every 8 bars played something new for a few sequences now. And now, so up until this point, or now at this point, we have a new, like our third bass line, more or less. Same key pattern, but the drums are still going crazy, and we're fine with them going crazy again, because I think they were chilling more so in this section. Yep. And so now we have crazy drums with a new bass line. And yeah, so this is just like a new combination we haven't heard before. Now the bass line is going to change once again. Guitar's going to come back in, but now we're getting somewhat of like this climactic feeling because these new synth chords are going to come on top, and the keys are going to change. So basically at this point, almost everything's changed except for we're getting that recurring guitar part again, and then we're getting the break that's still going, that's been crazy already. And so this just creates a very like dramatic sort of shift in events. Let's listen to this ending. I feel like it is kind of nice having those guitar chords here because everything else is kind of unfamiliar in a way, I guess, besides the break. And so it's nice because the keys change, the bass line changes, and then these synth chords come in, which adds a lot of drama. But then something about the fact that these chords are the same, to me, I don't know, it gives a sort of like persistence feeling to the track, like a sense of persistence, which I like. Maybe that's part of why, to me, this part of the track's almost a bit like strong, a bit hopeful. And maybe that's because the keys changing and the bass line changing, they kind of have like a more somber tone, but then these chords have a little more of like a stronger, like kind of confident, hopeful vibe. And so having the two together, you know, I feel like persistence in a way at least can be like, I don't know if you have to be suffering to be, no, I don't think you have to suffer to be persistent, but in the context of this song, it makes me feel like, oh, that person who's feeling down, but they're going to keep going. Like that's what I kind of feel from this section, and maybe what I described is why we're getting that. So then we go into here. We're going to just chill a bit from this climax. We're now new drum patterns again. I think this is a new bass line. Yep. Yep, so let's change the color of that. Okay, so now yep, okay. So now this feels a little more comfortable, to me at least. So like I said, we have this little climax here. Then we're gonna chill out a bit, drums back. We're gonna bring the bass back in, but it has a different bass line now. Yeah, so now it's cool because earlier we had a bass line and keys and some drums. Now we have the same thing, but they're different key pattern, a different bass pattern, and a different drum pattern, but the same tones, and they're playing similar functions, I think, but they're just in different like combinations within themselves. So I'm kind of doing a build-up again, adding these guitar chords in, but they're on top of a new bass and a new key pattern. Yep, now we're going to get crazy with the drums again for a while. Okay, so we're going to have this drop-off point here, which is very similar to this one. Then we're going to have this climactic moment again. Then go back to the intro for an outro. Okay, so if you want to make a song like this, what would I recommend you do? I would say come up with a pattern. Come up with a simple pattern on a drum kit or just some combination of drums that you like, and then get a break. And focus on, oh, so you have those two things. So you have your break, you have your little like drum kit that either you made or maybe you chose a pre-existing drum kit, and then, or just a few drums and audio tracks, whatever, a few drums. Then choose a nice bass sound you like, choose some keys that you like, and now create a nice pattern with each one that work together. And then you can build that up and you can start modulating the drums. You can bring in the break, you can bring out the break, you can go crazy with the drum kit you made. Eventually you can then go crazy with the bass or crazy with the keys. You can also change. There's so many things you could do. And I'm starting to think I might not be being the most helpful in trying to crystallize this. Basically, this track, it does show you how much you can do without, like, I think sometimes people want to create 100 tracks, which is fine. You know, a lot of people are making amazing music with crazy amounts of tracks. And I don't know how many tracks is ultimately used in this, but it shows how through changing the elements that you have, in this example, we have a couple of key patterns, we have several different bass patterns, and then we have obviously just going to town on this drum break and then modulation, or lots of different 909 patterns. You can get a lot out of it. And so you might not need to have so many tracks to achieve a song like this. But okay. I guess for myself, even if I can't think of the best way to describe this at like the most nuts and bolts level, to me this song's kind of like a jam session. And if I'm making another track in the future, I mean, I already kind of make tracks like this sometimes, but yeah, this could be a way to go about it. If I have just have a more free form approach in a way. And just for shits and grins, I'm gonna see if there is a way I can break this up a little bit, if I had to. To me, this is a section. Okay, that actually might have been a good idea, what I just did. Okay, at least going very quickly. Now, this seems like maybe a more digestible way to view this track. You have like an A section in white. Then you go into a B section. Yeah, I'm going to call that a B section because even though the bass line's the same, I think the bass line's the same, it does feel quite different to me. Yeah, but then this could be another section too. Alright, music theory people, I don't care. Like, if I was thinking of this song, I feel like we kind of have an A section, we kind of have a B, then a C, then a D, then an E. These all feel kind of different. This could maybe still be the same color. I'm just gonna say it is. So it doesn't feel that dramatically different. So then we're gonna have our C section, then our D, which is kind of like this climactic thing. Now here's what's weird. This blue part is kind of like the A section again, because it's like kind of forming the new foundation for a build-up. But it still is quite different. So I'm gonna say A, B, C, D, E section. That ends back with the C section, then the D section, then the A section. Okay, I mean, this is why this Squarepusher person's in the, I don't like the term IDM, but yeah, at least compared to like a lot of the techno tracks we've been doing, if you've watched any of the other videos, you can clearly see how this is, I don't want to say a more advanced structure. It's different. There's more variety than a lot of just like standard club music you might hear. But okay, hopefully you got something out of that. I feel like I was a little less succinct than normal, but hopefully just going through this process was good. And if you want to just like look at this yourself and see if you come up with something interesting to observe or comment on, then feel free to shoot me an email. But okay, I hope you're doing well out there. And yeah, adios.